Welcome to Like Pigs in Space, an arts and culture podcast. I'm Aaron Mason,
And I'm Max Mason.
and welcome to another week.
Yes.
I feel sharper this week, which is probably not the best because last week was my turn to present and I felt out of it. I'm sure you have edited it so it doesn't sound like I'm as out of it as I was, so I appreciate that. But
Yeah.
but I am more well rested this week.
Yeah. I think there was a point, I can't remember exactly when in the last one when we were talking, but there was a point where you laughed about something and it was like, oh, now I'm awake. And the rest of it was really good from that point. It was pretty early on. So
yeah, it did not sound as rough as I felt. And I know kind of what you're talking about. So
yeah,
I'm glad for that. But this week you get a turn, and sounds like you've got a lot prepared for us.
Yes.
All right.
I'll probably try to cut some of it out because my intention when I was taking notes of this is like, I don't want to talk about everything. And then I ended up talking about everything, or at least taking notes on everything. So, my last episode was the Wesley Willis one. I talked about outsider music. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go in the opposite direction.
Okay.
And explain what that means in a minute. But first...
Super popular music.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, okay.
So first I want to start by talking about YouTube.
Okay.
Just a little quick history of YouTube. It was founded or started up, launched, whatever they want to call it, in February 14th of 2005.
Yes.
Which is funny too, because it's also Valentine's Day and Arizona's birthday.
Yeah. Cool.
Just a little fun fact. But yeah, I guess when it was started, there wasn't a really clear idea of what it was supposed to be. There's been a couple stories about why the creators made it. One of them was like they wanted to share share videos of a wedding they'd been to. Another one was that one of the founders couldn't find a reliable video of the Janet Jackson Super Bowl incident. And so he wanted to have it in a specific place.
Oh, wow.
But then there was other ideas I had for it, like a video dating website.
Yeah. That fits with the name a little bit.
And I guess they had they would pay women on Craigslist like $100 to post videos so it could seem more legitimate.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But one of the creators posted the first video about like 2 months after it launched in April. And it's the Me at the Zoo video.
Okay. I haven't seen that one, I don't think.
It's like 9 seconds or something. It's pretty short. Yeah. But it's just the guy and he's standing in front of some elephants and he's just like, I'm here at the zoo. And these are elephants, and they're really cool because they have really, really long trunks. Thanks. And that's it.
Yeah. Just as an interjection, it's hard to understand now how weird YouTube was and how weird streaming is, because we came from a time when we had to all watch everything at the same time. You couldn't start it independently. And it just kind of was mind-boggling to think that a million people could be watching the same thing and had all started it at a different time, and how that works just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So
it is crazy. I always have the bit of if a new show was announced, they'd always say the time zone that it was playing in.
Right.
So I have that. It plays in my head a lot, like 6, 7 Central, because Arizona didn't do the time saving or daylight saving, so they'd always have to. It could be either of those times.
Right.
Yeah, that's just stuck in there.
Yeah, and how long has it been since you've heard that? Right.
Right. I mean, I can't even remember last time I actually watched legitimate TV.
Right. Exactly.
It's all just been streaming for, I don't know, 15, probably close to 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, at least.
Yeah. So So it's still kind of a weird place. But I want to talk about a couple of like early users of the website who are still very popular today. So the earliest, maybe not the earliest, but one that's very popular still is Smosh.
Right.
You've heard of them.
Yep.
They started in November 2005.
Really?
Yeah, they did like lip sync videos to the Pokemon theme song and
Wow.
and just kind of grew from there. Rhett and Link were soon after that in July of 2006.
Oh wow.
There were the Vlog Brothers, so like Hank and John Green. Who,
they've been that long?
Yes, also 2006.
Wow.
And they're massively successful. One of my personal favorites is a channel called Jack's Films, who he's done stuff with all these people, really. But he does like parodies and music videos and little sketches and stuff.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of people who got on it not really understanding what the website was, even, because I don't think anyone really did. And they're just like, well, let's just post some videos,
Right.
But the one I want to focus on today was a guy named Bo Burnham.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So he posted his first video in December 2006 when he was 16.
Oh. Okay.
And so he was doing it because he wanted to show his brother the songs that he had written, but his brother was off in college in New York and he was in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And it's about what you'd expect from a 16-year-old in 2006. Like pretty rough, pretty edgy. The first song is about how everyone in his family thinks he's gay. But he, wrote other songs about how, it's rough. It's rough stuff. But like how Helen Keller was the perfect woman because she can't speak.
Wow.
Or like a Klan cookout was one of the songs.
Oh no.
So, but because it's 2006 and there's that stuff was maybe a little more acceptable, went hugely viral, massively viral. I think that was also the time when YouTube was bought by Google, just like a few months before then. So it kind of grown in popularity with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of those things don't really hold up too well. But because of this, he ended up performing at, I think it was called Worldwide Laughs, which was a thing put on by Comedy Central when he was 17.
Oh, wow.
Which I think still to this day is the youngest person to ever do it.
Oh,
and ended up with a 4-record deal from Comedy Central. And
good grief.
So he did a few other specials, but I think his first big one where it was all new material was called What?
Okay.
And it's kind of what he'd been known for. There was a lot of songs and little skits. He kind of does like his actual stand-up stuff is more like anti-jokes. They're not like I don't know. They're kind of silly and they're fun in their own way. But it was still mainly focused around the songs.
Okay.
And the like theatrics of it all.
Right.
And again, a lot of it is still, of an era that it came from.
Right.
But there's one really standout moment that I think is going to be important going forward. Is a song called Sad.
Okay.
Where he's just like listing off sad things he's seen. And this one I think does stand up pretty well. It still is pretty funny. Right. Like he saw a homeless man named Rich. Or there's one where he's like, I saw a giraffe with a short neck. That was sad. Or a deer. Or a boy with red hair.
Oh no.
And there's one, I think it's toward the middle part, but he's like I went to a store looking for something to buy, but they only sold photos of the same sad guy. And he's like, oh wait, this store sells mirrors. See what I did there?
Oh no.
And then he's like, it's just so sad, but you guys aren't sad. You guys are laughing. Is that how we're supposed to deal with this? Is comedy how we deal with tragedy? And he's like, I get it. Like the world isn't sad. It's funny. I'm a sociopath.
Oh no.
And then he ends the song with the line, tragedy will be exclusively joked about because my empathy is bumming me out. Goodbye, sadness. Hello, jokes. So
Wow.
it's still a pretty good song, and there's other bits and pieces that are fun in there.
Right.
But after that, so that was 2013. In 2016, he did his next special, just called Make Happy.
Okay.
And I think this has a lot more theatrics to it, a lot more. I think he got a little more creative with his directing and how he presented the show. And there's a lot more stuff that holds up in this. Yeah. There's a song about how the struggles, quote unquote struggles of a straight white man. One of the lines is like, we used to have all the money in the land. We still do, but it's not as fun now.
Yeah. Oh, no.
There's a country song called Pandering, where it's just about like bro country.
Oh, no.
Or if you want love, lower your expectations.
Sure. That makes sense.
But and it's fine. There's still some pretty questionable things in it, but as far as the songs go, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
But the ending is, when I first saw it, it was the first time I thought like, oh, like I always thought like, yeah, this guy's pretty funny. He has a good sense of humor.
Right.
But the ending is like, oh, this guy's a genius. This guy's really smart.
Okay.
And you can find the video because he has just that section as like a standalone video, but it's called Can't Handle This, and it's inspired by he went to the Yeezus tour of Kanye.
Okay.
And he was saying that at the end of the tour, or at the end of the show, the Kanye show, he did this weird rant where there was like an instrumental and he had auto-tune on his vocals, and he just kind of ranted about things, kind of freeform.
Okay.
It was like about power or race.
Yeah.
His $90 t-shirts weren't selling that well.
Right.
And he's like, I think I could do that. So I'm gonna. And so he started doing that. He started thinking about how, like, his hand is too big to fit in a Pringles can. Or he went to Chipotle and he got too much stuff in the burrito and it all fell out when they were rolling it.
Oh, no.
So he's singing about this all this kind of like inconsequential stuff, and it's fun. But then he turns it to the audience and he's like, really, my main struggle is with you guys. It's like, I want to be true to myself, but I also want to give you like the night out that you deserve. He's like, part of me loves you, part of me hates you, part of me needs you, and part of me fears you. And just talking about his own mental health and how it's just the struggle that he's having with being a performer and wanting to perform, but also wanting to be a true. And he has the line in it that's come and watch the skinny kid with a steadily declining mental health and laugh as he attempts to give you what he cannot give himself.
Okay.
And it has incredible lighting in this. Like, it's a lot of it is just like simple spotlights. There's a point where they all like converge on his face, and it's this like giant star of lights.
Oh, wow.
And then they all shut down, and he's backlit from behind, so it's like the silhouette of him.
Sure.
It's great. It's an amazing use of light. But he ends the scene. Well, actually, so the special's over. He ends the show, and then there's a scene at the end where he's in a room at his house singing a little song about like, are you happy? And what that even means to be happy.
Right.
And then at that point, he kind of stopped touring. He didn't have any specials coming up. And he went into more like directing and acting.
Cool.
He directed a movie called 8th Grade. I don't know if you've seen that around.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
It's about this girl in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I think it's like the last week of school, and she's trying to like make an impression and with her peers, but she also like posts YouTube videos about her life as an 8th grader.
All right.
And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. He also produced and directed Chris Rock's his first special in 10 years.
Oh, cool.
He did like a stand-up special called Tambourine. And the stage setting for that also has really cool lighting on it. Right. It's like this big like sun of lights, and like half of it is above him shining down, and the other half is on the ground shining up.
Oh, wow.
It's this really cool look.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So he was doing that. He was acted in a movie called, I think it was called Promising Young Woman. He was like the main love interest in that, and a few other things. But then a couple years later, out of nowhere in 2021, there was an announcement that he was just like, hi, I made another special. It's coming out soon.
Oh wow.
And so that's what I want to talk about today, and it's called Inside.
Okay.
That was my idea. I wanted to talk about this at some point, but I was like, I just talked about outsider music. Let's talk about inside.
That's funny. I keep getting told to listen to Bo Burnham, and I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be good because I've been encouraged. Josie does. They all love him, and so
I'm gonna try to keep this. I'm gonna keep it clean.
Okay.
There's he does plenty of swearing, but I mean, if you like the McElroys, you'll be okay with this. So this special Inside is directed, written, filmed, edited, and stars just Bo.
Oh, wow.
He did all of it by himself.
Good.
And there's only a handful of other people helping with like post-production stuff.
Yeah.
And it was all filmed it was filmed in actually the same room that you see at the end of Make Happy, where he's singing that little extra song towards the end. You see him come back into that room, and the special starts there.
Oh,
and it's interesting because I don't know if you can see too well, but the room is probably not much bigger than my room that I'm in here.
Okay,
it's a pretty like tight space.
Oh, cool.
So it's kind of hard to categorize what this thing is, what Inside is, because you could call it a comedy special, or you could call it a musical. I've seen some people call it like a psychological thriller. Because it could really be all of those things. It's like a wholly unique piece.
Okay.
And it's really seen. I looked at a lot of places for like what people think of, like what's great artwork that came out of COVID.
Okay.
And this is usually always at the top of the list.
Oh, nice. Oh, and that would kind of explain title and situation and all that. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then just a little bit before we get into it too far, just about the style of Bo, like his style of comedy.
Okay.
It's very like cynical, a lot of satire. It's kind of like self-deprecating, but also very self-aware.
Okay.
And it's also pretty surrealist and absurd at some point.
That sounds up my alley.
Yeah. And there's, it's this special. It's pretty much just songs, sketches, dialogue, with a supposed audience, because there's no audience there, and then like behind the scenes shots.
Okay.
Which is kind of fun. You get to see how he was making it.
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna start, and it's good you can divide it up into 2 parts too.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with part 1, where he is pretty sane and stable. So he re-enters the room. And the show starts with a song called Content. And as he's entering the room, he has the short hair, like kept hair. And as the song starts, it cuts to him, and he's like has the long hair and a full beard.
Oh.
And he sings about being trapped in his house and trying to do something while he's there. Because if he can't leave, he's gonna try doing something. And he has a headlight strapped to his head.
Oh,
while he's singing.
Sounds cool.
And he has he says, "I'm sorry I was gone, but look, I made you some content." And as he sings that, he turns the light on and lifts it up, and there's a disco ball, and it like lights up the whole room.
That sounds really like it was clever.
It's super clever. A lot of it is super clever.
Yeah.
And he must have just gotten lucky. He probably did tons of takes of this, but as he's singing the first part of the chorus, it's spinning one way, and then the second part of the chorus, it starts spinning the other way.
Oh, neat.
Which I don't know if he just got lucky with that or timed it out really well, but
just spent so much time.
Yeah, but it's really cool. And then he pans back down, it shoots the beam of light, and it cuts to the room with with his keyboard there, a chair, and a bunch of other stuff just kind of cluttering the room.
Oh, neat.
And then there's a few shots of him like learning the technology, learning the camera, learning the lights.
So the inside shot or the shots about the process are intermingled with in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it doesn't. You're not like it's not like the end credits and you get to see the outtakes. Oh. It's all intermixed in.
Yeah. It's all part of it. There's a lot of songs where before the song will start, it'll show him like walking up to the keyboard, checking a few of the lights, and then starting the song. Or the song will end and he'll be like, okay, one more.
Yeah. Oh, neat.
And then so we get a few of the shots, and we get the song Comedy. And this song is a lot like the song Sad that we talked about earlier.
Right.
But more fully explored.
Okay.
I made this comparison because it's appropriate to what we've talked about in the past.
Okay.
But I think if Sad is Blurry Face,
Okay.
then this song and the special is Trench.
Okay.
So he kind of planted this idea of like things he had talked about, and then inside fully explored them into this whole world.
Fully develops. Oh, neat. That's good to see. It's always good to see that in an artist where they, that would be kind of a fun conversation, is significant artists and when they introduce the idea and when they fully realize that idea.
Yeah.
It would be kind of interesting. I don't have all, that would take a little bit of research. But the 21 Pilots is really good, but it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah. Cool.
So this song, he's singing about how the world is changing. Should he even be joking at all? Isn't even the right time to be joking. Yeah. And then kind of has this funny realization that he's going to be healing the world through comedy, and he's a special kind of white guy. He's like, I've self-reflected.
I'm done. I am amazing.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of shots of him creating jokes with a purpose. He kind of has this like whiteboard, and he's like writing all these jokes. There's a very McElroy joke where he has a pad, and he just writes down like, "What if dogs could vape?"
Oh my gosh.
As he's singing, there's like more and more pencils like behind his ear and in his mouth. Like,
oh wow, that's good.
He says, "Lord help me channel Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side."
Oh, nice.
And then there's in that lyric, there's a Venn diagram where it's Malcolm X and Weird Al, and then in the middle he writes me.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And then he has like a tape calculator, and he's just like frantically typing out like 69 plus 420 plus 69 just over and over and over again. So there's that part, and it's fun. And then there's the kind of cuts into this next section of the same song where he's saying, "If you wake up in a house that's full of smoke, don't panic, call me and I'll tell you a joke."
Oh.
And a few other lines kind of like that. There's one that's like, "If you start to smell burning toast, you're having a stroke or overcooking your toast."
Yeah.
And it kind of shows how he makes comedy, and I think trying to show us the work and the time that he puts into making these specials, and supposedly the amount of effort he's put into making previous specials.
Right.
And this also has great use of lights. There's points where you can see him changing the lights as he's singing. Like he has a little clicker, and he's changing the scenes. And
wow. And
then so that song's over, and then it's him with the camera like facing a mirror. And he's just kind of explaining what this is. Okay. That it's just him, the camera, and the room, and that's all it's going to be.
Oh wow.
And there's a few things that, along with the lighting, I think another big element of the cinematography here is the slow zoom.
Okay.
There's a lot of them throughout this whole special, and I think especially when things are zooming in, I think he really wants you to focus on that.
Right.
But it can also be seen as like the world kind of caving in, and then as something zooms out, it kind of like reveals emptiness.
So that's interesting. Does it do the thing where they zoom in and it gets a little wider, but zoomed in, type of thing?
Oh no, it doesn't do like that. Like the Jaws effect. Or
yeah,
there's it zooms in with the camera, but also like pulls back with the physical camera.
Yeah, kind of
that weird kind of double effect.
Yeah.
This is just a simple zoom.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's neat how the camera can do that, because it's neat when the camera is a character.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's doing. You said he did Chris Rock special, right?
Yeah.
So when I took a film class, there was a classic scene that is Chris Rock. It's in maybe New Jack City or something like that. It's some film back in the day, where it does the zoom. He's about to shoot up heroin or something, and so it focuses in, and so it expands out but focuses in. So what I was talking about. So it's telling a story. Or like in Taxi Driver, where he's trying to talk to the girl and the camera is following him and then moves away and goes down a blank hallway because he's such a pathetic character, and so when the camera starts acting like it has a mind of its own, or participating, so it's good use of it's good to use the camera, not make it static. It shows an elevated degree of filmmaking.
I think he does have a very good sense of how to use the camera.
Right.
There's points later on where it almost feels like the camera is more like antagonistic.
Okay.
It's really cool. So the next song, it's FaceTime with my mom, or FaceTiming with my mom.
Okay.
And it's just pretty much about that. It's cool because as the song starts, the sides of the screen kind of close in.
Okay.
Until it's like the dimensions of an iPhone screen.
Yeah. Cool.
And this one, it just feels more and more relevant as time goes on, and as video chatting is the thing that people do.
Right.
So there's that song. The next one is How the World Works.
Okay.
And this song is fantastic. It's really good. So there's the first verse and chorus where it's Bo singing about how animals all work together to get what they need from the world. And then the second verse, he brings out this sock and it has like a sock puppet. His name is Socko. Sure. And he starts singing about how the world works, which is through genocide and exploitation of the elite.
Oh, no.
A lot of like Marxist talking points to like separating the workers from production. And
oh, no.
So, and there's a couple of things to know about this scene. The first is who Bo has said his favorite comedian is, and it's a guy named Hans Theeuwen.
Okay.
He's a Dutch comedian. He's kind of a surrealist comedian. But he has this bit that he does where he gets a sock puppet and he makes a sock puppet eat a Mars bar while he sings a song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so just a very weird thing. And then the second thing to know is that I don't know if it was known before Inside or after. I think it was before. But it was reported that Bo was actually writing songs for a Sesame Street movie.
Oh,
that neat. I don't think has come out yet. I think it might not come out.
Okay.
Probably had some production issues, but he was writing songs for them at the moment. And it makes sense because this sounds exactly like a Sesame Street song.
Okay, nice.
But it's really good. That's a great song.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
So after that, we get a sketch where he's a brand consultant, helping corporations embrace social change. But it's really funny because he's like, it's not about who you are. It's what do you stand for? Who are you, Bagel Bites? Or this,
oh no!
It's really subtle because it just keeps going after this. But he's like, you need to say that J.P. Morgan is against racism in theory.
Yes.
So that's good. That's a fun bit. The next song is a white woman's Instagram.
Oh no.
And just kind of listing things off that are like a basic influencer photos, like tiny pumpkins and goat cheese salad, and
oh no.
This is maybe one of the least like timeless songs. But there's not really any malice with it. He's not saying this is bad or anything.
Right.
But he, in the visuals for it, he like recreates the photos that you could find on a white woman's Instagram, and it's shockingly accurate.
Oh no.
It's insane how well he's able to recreate these photos.
Right.
But in the bridge, there's actually like a very like genuinely touching moment where it's a post about a woman sharing a photo of her mom, and there's a caption talking about how her mom had passed away a decade ago, and it's kind of like addressed to her mom. But as he's reading this caption, it had been like square, the sides had come in again, so it's square like Instagram photos.
Right.
But as she's talking about her mom, the square like opens up and kind of is like revealing like, oh, this is a whole person outside of the confines of just what they post on Instagram.
Right. That's very cool.
It's really good. It's nice. And then as this song ends, there's a scene where he's just in the room and you can see him staring at the laptop, listening to the white woman's Instagram, like examining the shot, seeing if he did it right. And
that's pretty brilliant when those things come across. And I like the taking something that's sarcastic and kind of making fun of that situation, but when it comes to a real moment, allowing it to breathe outside of the confines of what you're ridiculing, and seeing that there is depth there. And most of us, if we look deeper or look more kindly on others, we might see more of what is really there.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's really good. And I a couple of times listening to it, I kind of get teared up because it's like, oh, this is really sweet. It's like, yeah, it's nice. It's a nice moment.
Awesome.
And then there's like a fake stand-up bit where he has the stool and there's a spotlight on him.
Yeah.
Kind of acting like there's stand-up, but there's obviously no audience.
Right.
And then he does this song about like an unpaid intern. That's really short. And then he does like a reaction to it right afterwards. He's like, I want to do a reaction to the song I just did. But as he's doing it, it like loops the reaction. So he's reacting to it. And then he starts reacting to the reaction of it to the point where it loops until he's reacting to the reaction of the song.
Wow.
And it's crazy because it seems like he did that all in one take.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It must have been really hard to plan that out.
Yeah.
It's done. It's so smoothly. Like, it's like, yeah, that's obviously what happened. It just kept looping.
Just kept going. Yeah. That's like watching any video by OK Go.
Yeah.
That's one take, right? Like, and then you see, no, this took us forever. But it just looks amazing.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, the song's about like the working class struggles in the modern age. And then the next reaction is like, I'm being kind of pretentious there. I mean, it's not that deep, really.
Yeah.
And then the last take is like, that's really just like a defense mechanism. I levy criticism against myself before anyone else can.
Yep. Oh, man.
And then after that, it goes into the song Bezos.
Oh, no.
And it's just a song about praising, but also mocking Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Man, it's great. But he's telling him to like drink the blood of his competition, like Zuckerberg and Gates and Buffett. But I think this is also one of the first signs of him slipping, like kind of losing it.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a bit after that of where he's like maybe giving social media companies influence over our kids was a bad idea.
Right.
But it's funny because it's a shot of him and he's on the ground and like 1/3 of it is him laying on a pillow with like a microphone laying there. Yeah. But then the rest of it is just the floor with like equipment and wires all over the place.
Okay.
And it's a total mess, but it's a really good like shot. It just looks nice. And that song transitions into the song Sexting, which is what it's about.
Yeah.
And I won't say too much about this. I think it's funny how it starts where they're like, we'll take it slow. We'll use emojis only. We don't need phonetical diction. We'll talk dirty like we're ancient Egyptians. And then it's like you send me a peach, I send a carrot back. You send a Ferris wheel. That's pretty abstract.
That's okay.
Yeah. But it's good. It's fun. It feels like it's almost kind of mocking like a Drake song in a way.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of has that vibe to the instrumental.
Everybody should.
Yeah. He was well before his time, like before everyone else was mocking him.
Yeah, that's great.
And then after that, there's like a thank you message that he kind of delivers it like the end of a like YouTube video. He's like, thanks for watching my content. But as he's doing it, he's holding a knife. And he's like, thanks for watching. And stay tuned because there's plenty more in store. And he's like pointing the knife at the camera.
Oh, no.
So after that, there is the song "Look Who's Inside," and this one he's on the ground, kind of playing the keyboard, and you see he actually does a couple of attempts of this. Like he starts it, and then he's like oh, too big a breath, and he restarts the song, and then
okay,
after that it's the take that he uses. But this is like, it's a really good song. It's one of my favorites.
Okay,
throughout the whole special. But in the chorus is well, look who's inside again. Went out to look for a reason to hide again. Well, buddy, you found it. Now come out with your hands up. We've got you surrounded.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a pretty short song, but yeah, it's really good. And so he does it. He finishes it, and he's like, "Okay, one more."
Oh, good.
Like he's gonna start doing it, but then it goes to the next bit where it's he's staring at a projection. You can see the beam like going over his head.
Yeah.
And then it shows what he's watching, and it's the video of him, his first video on YouTube.
Oh.
And he's like kind of staring at this with this like distaste look.
Oh.
Like ashamed of himself, because he is, and he's gone on record before this being like ashamed of his songs, being like, it's not funny. I don't find it funny anymore. But
yeah. Well, you have to recognize where you came from, mistakes made, all that kind of stuff, and if you because I was just watching a little clip about Beastie Boys, right?
Oh yeah.
So first album, they're Party Boys, and then is it Adam?
I think so. Was one of them.
Yeah. They started hanging out with a different band somewhere on the West Coast that was more, and getting to know people that were more conscientious. And he's like, oh, wait, I don't want to be the misogynistic jerk that I portrayed. There's more problems out there, and I'm contributing to them if I don't change who I am.
Yeah.
And so I need to be aware. And just like, we're not going to be that anymore, because they did just stupid stuff. And their first tour was just raunch and stupid and drunk, and they don't, like, that's not us. We're done. That's really, it's really cool to be able to grow up and not think that you have to be the same person all the time. You can show maturity. You can show change.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's appropriate, because the next song is called "Problematic."
Okay.
Where he's going into that again.
Yeah.
He's just kind of addressing. He first tries to explain it as being like a sheltered kid who wrote offensive stuff and said it just for shock.
Yeah.
But then in the next verse, he's like, I gotta address that, because I can't just hide behind my childhood. I made this choice willingly. Yeah. And I just need to accept that I did this, and it was harmful, and I need to move on. I need to grow from there, not move on. But,
right.
But then the shot for this one, it's kind of like a music video.
Okay.
And he's like working out the whole time through it. It starts like focusing a lot on like his belly button. Which
that's
is
problematic. That's problematic. Yeah.
But it's also cool because in this special, he focuses a lot more on like synth pop instrumentals.
Okay.
Which he does a really good job with. Like, I think it fits his style really well. But he has the line in the outro where it's I've been totally awful. My closet is chock full of stuff that is vaguely crappy. All of it was perfectly lawful, just not very thoughtful at all.
Yeah. Nice. That's I still feel like you need to own who you are and what you've done, and then face it and understand it, not excuse it. I think that's a really good approach. So
yeah,
very cool.
Good. Yeah. And then this goes into the midnight scene. It's all dark except there's a clock on a stool that says 11:58, and he's like, so I've been working on this for 6 months, and my goal was to finish this before I turned 30, which is in less than a minute, and it's counting down to midnight.
Yeah.
On his birthday.
Okay.
When he turns 30.
Yeah.
And that's the next song is about turning 30. And this one's really good. It's another one where you really get to see him doing the lights and doing it all live.
Yeah.
He has this kind of like bluish purple light on him. And then he has like a little square light in his hand that he's holding behind his back. And when there's like a clap in the instrumental, he like flashes it behind him.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool. And then the chorus, he like takes it out and like moves it all around his body. And
yeah.
And you can see on the ground, there's like little pedals where he's like turning the other lights on and off with his feet.
Oh, wow. That's
it's great. So he ends that song by saying, I think it's the line is like, it's 2020 and I'm 30. I'll do another 10. In 2030, I'll be 40 and kill myself then.
Oh.
But the next scene is him being like, he's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to kill myself. And he's like, if you feel like you need killing yourself, just stop. Just quit it. You don't want to.
Right.
And he's like, I've had people in my life who had killed themselves. And he's like, and I got to be honest, didn't love it.
Yeah.
and while he's doing that bit, it shows that scene, but then it cuts to that being projected on his body, like after this, he's just kind of sitting there on his phone with this thing projected on him.
Oh, neat.
Kind of a cool concept. But from that point, it goes into an intermission.
Okay.
And this is where we can jump into part 2, where he's pretty well losing it.
So is he pretty well losing it because he really is, or is it part of the show?
See, that's hard to tell.
Okay.
At this point.
Okay.
It's pretty hard to tell. I don't think he is in reality, but I think that is maybe how he wants it to come across.
Yeah.
And I'll talk a little bit more about that.
It sounds like he might have had the feeling that he could because of the situation.
I think he's also wanted to capture how people were feeling in COVID as it just dragged on.
Yeah.
As people were trapped inside for longer and longer. And
so I thought of a couple things in the first half that I think are maybe semi-relevant, but they're kind of about time. And
okay.
You mentioned, you have the song Jeff Bezos.
Mm-hmm.
And have you heard about his Clock of the Long Now? Have you heard of that?
I don't think so.
So Bezos owns a mountain. I'm sure he owns more than that, right? But he owns a mountain range in West Texas.
Okay.
And he's building it's a 500-foot tall mechanical clock built inside the mountain that's set to tick for 10,000 years.
Okay.
And so it's going to have all these things where it has like a yearly alarm, a decade alarm, a century alarm, 1,000-year, and it'll have different mechanical. So it's going to be kind of like the Dark Crystal type of thing where you have these machines running for eons.
Yeah.
That's what it's designed to do. And they're drilling this 500-foot hole into the mountain. They have this machine and it steps it down and builds the steps and has the whole, and it's going to be open for people to go and see it for the next 10,000 years.
Right.
And so that was kind of an interesting, if he's encouraging Bezos to thwart his enemies, don't worry, he already is.
Yeah.
He's going to make his impression. He's already thinking 10,000 years into the future.
Yeah. That reminds me of the, have you heard that As Slow as Possible piece? I think it's by John Cage.
Oh, no.
It's this piece that he wrote that it's designed to be played as slow as possible.
Okay.
But there's these bunch of musicians who created this organ that I think is in Germany somewhere.
Okay.
That is set to play the piece for the next, I think it's 640 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's still playing it. And so when the notes change, it's this big moment. And it's mapped out when the notes will change because it's to a rhythm.
Yeah.
So people will go there and listen to the note slowly change into the next one. And
does it have a time signature that is measured in decimal points or something?
Probably.
Like a beat, the hymns will say 72 to 92 or something for a tempo, but the tempo's 0.00003 to 0.0004. That'd be interesting music to see. That's funny. And then the other thing, have you seen? There's a newer movie out called, I think it's called The Life of Chuck,
No, I
or
haven't.
Good Luck Chuck, or Life. I think it's Life of Chuck. It's a Stephen King movie. Well,
Oh, okay.
it's a short story he wrote. Yeah, The Life of Chuck. And there's a couple of times when they talk about if all of time is shown as just a one calendar year.
Oh, yeah.
It's something that Carl Sagan said
Mm-hmm.
and explained what how time works. And he goes, we're really in the last maybe few seconds compared to the whole of creation. The time that man has existed has been like the last 15 minutes of the whole year, or
Yeah,
something like
right.
that. And so that's kind of like him reaching up to the point where I want, this. I've got less than a minute left, and
Mm-hmm.
but that's a worthwhile one. I think you'd appreciate it because it messes with your head, and like it
Mm.
says, you think you're missing something because it shows a scene and stuff, and then it goes act two, and then you're like, okay,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it shows all this, and then stuff happens, and he goes act one. You're like, okay,
Huh.
it's and it is actually in that order,
Yeah.
but you don't realize. I mean, it messes with you. So anyway, it just those are some time things that you know trying to extend into the future. So that's kind of funny. Makes that reference to Jeff Bezos, but also seeing an end of a time period, a goal, and facing
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
interesting, and feeling that time's running out because the movie kind of deals with time running out. So
Right. Yeah.
uh, so interesting.
It's cool. It's cool. Awesome.
I watched it on the flight. It was
Good.
fantastic.
Nice. Well, cool. Yeah. So next part. So part 2, it starts with the song "Don't Want to Know," where he's just asking if we're having fun, if we're enjoying the special, and that he doesn't want to know one way or the other.
It's easy because it's recorded.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And then there's this like Twitch streamer bit that he does where
Okay.
he is like pretending to be a video game, but he has a version of himself in the corner, like playing the video game
Okay.
of himself. And I think at this point you can feel that the isolation is getting to him.
Hmm.
And yeah, like I'd said, you'd begin to question like if he is acting or if he is really losing it.
Yeah.
We get this next, so we get the song. I'll say crap, but that's not what
Okay.
it's called.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it's just about feeling and smelling like crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
This also has some of my favorite lights in it. Because he'll do, I don't know how he does it, but he'll have the wall be a different color than his body.
Yeah. Cool.
And he'll change that a couple
Yeah.
times to like fit the lyrics. And this is actually kind of, there's a moment in it where he's singing the chorus and he's kind of like singing down into the microphone
Okay.
that was used for a little bit. Have you seen that like Roku scroll where it's the city? It's like the screensaver that what
Yeah.
Roku does.
Yeah.
And there'll be like billboards of stuff and buildings.
Right.
And there'll be like little references to movies in it.
Right.
But for a little while there was one of the buildings would go by and it was that scene of him dancing.
Oh, cool. That's neat. That's some respect.
But yeah, it was that scene in one of the windows. So kind of fun.
What's interesting? So I had just because of the title of that, differing people that I was connected with and trying to encourage others to survive lockdown.
Hmm.
One of the ladies that I used to work with her in Phoenix, but has a lot of she was in the SCA, which is the Society for Creative Anachronisms, which are the people that do the Ren fairs and such.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
which means a huge community of introverts and on spectrum and fringe dwelling. There's a lot of that because it's kind of nerdy and kind of So I know that she had a lot of friends that would be going into insanity at that point.
Yeah.
Because while they might be introverted, they're also social because they'd be playing their tabletop games or their SCA stuff would be canceled for COVID. But she sent out messages on Facebook. It's been 2 days. It's time to shower. Go outside and see the sun. You're like these encouraging messages so that they wouldn't smell and feel like crap.
Cool. So after that song, there's a scene where he is saying like, he's like, so my mental health is approaching an ATL. He's like, which it's not Atlanta. It's an all-time low.
Oh yeah.
But he's saying that, and then it cuts to this little song where he's singing about his mental health deteriorating.
Okay.
And it's fun because it's kind of using that like Dutch angle shot.
Okay.
Where it's like from below and twisted. Which is used. It's used in a lot of horror movies to like show that someone is sick or twisted.
Okay, cool.
But it's a really kind of like lighthearted song that he just kind of cuts to and sings it, and then he cuts back and he's like, so not feeling great. But as he's doing that, as that bit ends, he reaches over and he touches his laptop, and it cuts immediately to like he's transformed almost into this new character. For the next song. So the room is like completely blue now, blue and dark. And there's those like laser Christmas lights, that have like the dots that just spin around.
Yeah.
And it's for the song Welcome to the Internet.
Oh, I think I've heard of this song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think if it's possible to have a villain in a comedy special, this is that.
Okay.
Because it definitely doesn't seem like Bo. He's kind of singing in this different voice. And it's all about like the good, the bad, and the endless everything of the internet.
Okay.
And we're just kind of just listing off things that you could find on the internet. And it's completely insane, like very demented.
Yeah.
And just kind of how the music is, it kind of sounds like a carnival-esque. And it gradually speeds up as he's playing.
Okay. Yeah, that'd mess with you.
It's freaky. But also like still has a good sense of humor about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it kind of plays into one of the earlier stand-up bits he was doing in this special, where the chorus is like, could I interest you in a little bit of everything over all of the time?
Okay.
And then it's like, apathy is a tragedy and boredom is a crime. and yeah, it's a wild song.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's wild. But it's also incredibly popular. I think it's like one of the most. He has another. It's like just this song on his YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I think it has like 160 million views.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Good for him.
And at this point, there's a scene where he's like, I feel like if I finish this, I'm going to have to do something else. I'm going to have to live my life. So I'm not going to finish it. I'm just going to keep working on it forever. And no one's going to see this. And I'm not talking to anybody right now. So.
Oh, wow.
And it goes into another song about Jeff Bezos.
Oh, no. Okay.
And this one's a lot more. He's just like, Jeffrey Bezos, and just singing his name. But he's in this like ghillie suit as he's doing it.
That might mean something, right?
Yeah. And so we get another like fake stand-up bit where he's like I've come to realize that the real world is should be filtered through the internet, and you should just go outside enough to gather resources and then go back to the internet. Which I think kind of touches on some of the things he was talking about earlier, like with Instagram and FaceTiming.
Right.
Even with sexting, just all of that being filtered through the internet, all this like human connections being, and then as he's doing that, and he's like, and I don't know about you, but I think pirates should take better care of their maps.
Oh man, that's a good line.
So we get that, and we go into the last run of songs here is just wild. But we get That Funny Feeling.
Okay.
And this is a rough song. It's very simple. It's just guitar and voice, and it's kind of light. He has like a forest backdrop behind him, and sounds like there's a fire crackling.
Okay.
As he does it. And he's just kind of like haphazardly listing things. And you get to the chorus, and he's singing about that funny feeling. That's like there it is again. That funny feeling.
Yeah.
Which I think for him, and we'll get into, is like anxiety and panic, and also like disassociation.
Okay.
Just like seeing these conflicting things in life and not really being able to parse them.
Right.
There's a lot of like environmental messaging through this song. It mentions that, as you know, we're talking about time. I forget what it's called, but have you seen that like countdown clock where it's like 7 years or so till
Right.
it's like an irreversible environmental damage,
and it can fluctuate depending on moves that are made.
Yeah. So there's a lyric that's like 20,000 years of this, 7 more to go.
Right.
But the line, and it's a very popular line. But you get carpool karaoke, Steve Aoki, Logan Paul, a gift shop at the gun range, a mass shooting at the mall.
Oh, good grief! Yeah. That's hard. That's heavy.
Mm-hmm. And all the song is like that. It's a heavy song. And yeah, as I'll read it a little bit later, but I think it's these feelings. I think he had them under control for a little while, but making this special, I think, caused a lot of them to resurface.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's this next after that. It's the 1 year mark where he's like, I've been working on this for a year now, and he's like having trouble speaking, and it's really uncomfortable to watch because he's like really struggling to say that he's been working on it for a year.
Oh.
And then he like there's that scene, and it goes to another scene where he's next to the camera now in a mirror, and he just kind of breaks down and starts crying as the camera zooms into itself, starting the next song.
Oh.
And there's this like kind of fake audience banter where he's like, there's laughter and there's cheers, and he's like, thanks for sticking with me. I know it's been a hard year for everyone. And I just need you to stick with me for one more song.
Oh.
And the song is called All Eyes on Me.
Okay.
His voice is kind of manipulated where like it shifts the formant down.
Okay.
Where it's still like, I don't know if you know like formant. So like if you're gonna do pitch, it's like this note and this note, but formant would be like this note and this note. We kind of changes the tone of it.
Okay. All right. I think I know what you're talking.
Yeah. But he's singing like, get your hands up, get on out of your seat, all eyes on me.
Okay.
And it's crazy. He's like dancing with projections of himself.
Oh, wow.
In real time.
Yeah.
And singing this song, and oh man, I'm gonna cry. But
okay. Oh no.
In the middle of it, in like the bridge part, but it's just kind of like an interlude in the song. Yeah. It's the instrumental still going on, but he's like, do you guys want to hear a funny story?
Okay.
And so I'm gonna read the story because it's appropriate, and I think kind of puts the whole special in perspective.
Okay.
And he's like, so 5 years ago, I quit performing live comedy because I was beginning to have severe panic attacks on stage, which is not a great place to have them.
Yeah.
So I quit and I didn't perform for 5 years. And I spent that time trying to improve myself mentally. And you know what? I did. I got better.
Okay.
I got so much better, in fact, that in January of 2020, I thought, you know what? I should perform again. I've been hiding from the world and I need to re-enter. And then the funniest thing happened.
Oh no. Oh goodness.
Yeah. So just that whole thing where I think in that funny feeling where he's talking about, he's been having these panic attacks and I think he got it under control, and then he's starting to feel them again doing this special.
Right.
And after that story, you get the lyric, you say the ocean's rising like I give a care. Censor.
Yeah.
You say the whole world's ending, honey, it already did. You're not going to slow it. Heaven knows you tried. Got it good. Now get inside.
Yeah.
It's a really good song. And I'll talk a little bit more about it later. But after that song, it is a bright morning. He wakes up. He's in this like kind of cot that's shown up in a couple other scenes.
Yeah.
Or like a pull-out couch.
Okay.
And it's very bright and sunny. And there's more scenes of him like working with the lights and writing songs. There's a scene of him watching All Eyes on Me, just the performance of it.
Okay.
And he just goes, I think I'm done. And you get the last song, which is just called Goodbye. And it is, the first bit of it is a goodbye. And then the last half of it takes elements from a few of the other songs.
Okay.
and kind of like reinterprets them into this like closing bit for the special. And it's interesting because it kind of brings you into the question again about if he's acting or if he's really losing it, because it starts with Bo from maybe like a year ago. He's got like short hair and he's like this is a possible ending song,
right?
And he starts playing it, and then it transitions into current Bo with a long hair and all that. And then there's an ending scene, and I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I want you to watch this and see what your interpretation is.
Okay.
Because it's an interesting way to end it. I think it leaves a lot open to interpretation about how he sees himself, how he sees the special, whether or not he thinks it was worthwhile or not.
Right. Okay.
And it ends. There's like the ending credits, and that's it.
Very cool.
So this thing is incredible. Like,
yeah.
I mean, aside from just being really funny and really well done, it's an incredibly like brave thing to put out because he had no idea how this would go.
Right.
He had nothing. He didn't show it. I don't think he showed it to anybody. He didn't get any sort of input. He didn't wasn't able to like road test jokes or whatnot.
Right.
And just had to like put it out there and hope that it would do well. People would be receptive to it.
So is that my homework assignment is for our next recap, I have to have a analysis of the end, right?
Yeah.
Do you think so not knowing how it would turn out and just presenting it like that is really interesting. Do you think this is an okay place for somebody to introduce themselves to him? Because I know there's a lot of history. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time, but it's an okay place to start.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you would get at what he's really good at and what he had built a career off of.
Sure.
Without having to, wade through some of the stuff that isn't as good.
Okay.
I also think maybe Make Happy could be a good spot too.
Mm-hmm.
But this is incredible, and I think everything does hold up and will continue to hold up over time.
That's good.
It's just so timely and a lot more thoughtful intention behind it. It's also like very inspiring in a way. Yeah. It's like he obviously had a budget and had a lot of time to do this, but it's like if he can make something this good by himself in one room, like anyone could do anything.
That is something that is amazing. I'm also wondering if that's also the indicator of maturity. Not that they produce something good, but the other comment you keep making about it is going to hold up over time.
Yeah.
And I think it is fascinating when you do find material that does hold up over time. You're listening to something that is 1960s, but it feels relevant, or a commentary from what's really scary is when it's a commentary about the politics and you're reading it going, oh yeah, that's like today, and it's like 1852. And you're like, oh, is anything ever going to change?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a big inspiration for him also is like George Carlin.
Yeah.
And his views are always very relevant today too. And
yeah, that would make sense. And that seems like a good inheritance if he's not afraid to be cynical and dark. He definitely can be George Carlin, or a type of that. Interesting.
Yeah. I really think this, I mean, if he didn't do anything ever again, never did comedy again,
right?
This would be like a fantastic way to end it. Like, I know there's comedians I saw who are like, I think I should quit comedy now because I'm never going to do anything like this.
Yeah.
The All Eyes on Me section won a Grammy.
Oh wow! Okay.
For like a song produced for like visual media or something.
Good for him.
And then a year after this, he on his YouTube channel he put out outtakes from this, and it's a lot more behind the scenes stuff. And there's some extra songs. There's just like bro podcast bit that I think was a little bit more timely when it did come out in 2022, like especially with the rise of like Joe Rogan and stuff.
Right.
But I think it helps answer the question of whether it was real or not, and it was both.
Yeah. Okay.
He was obviously very intentional about this and put a lot of work into it,
Right.
but he was, I think, struggling towards the end.
Yeah. Okay. That's
And
good to know, though, and good to be sensitive to.
yeah,
That might have been the case.
yeah. But I mean, he was also, he like wanted to do it the whole time. Is the thing you're getting, like, even if he was in a darker place than he wanted to be,
Right.
this was still what he wanted to do.
Right.
But yeah, the one I do want to mention one song from the outtakes, and it was something that I think was going to be another possible ending song.
Okay.
And it's called "The Chicken," which is, it's a whole song based around the "Why the chicken crossed the road" joke.
Okay.
But it's really great and like very moving, surprisingly. Like, about this chicken who she's like likes her life, but she wonders if there's more out there for her.
Yeah.
And so she escapes, she runs away and sees this whole world in front of her, but the first thing she has to do is cross the road.
Yeah, and that's true.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great song.
Oh,
But yeah, I love this. I love listening to it. I love seeing the process behind it. And I really love comedians who can expand the art form beyond just stand up. That's why I really like Mike Birbiglia.
yes.
Because he does something more than just stand up. He has a little bit more storyline and theatrics to what he's doing.
Yeah, and his is similarly revelatory and brave.
Yeah, very honest.
And honest, yeah, and he's hilarious.
Yeah,
So yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, that's great. I think this is also, I won't get too into it, but this is going to tie into more stuff going forward that I want to talk about.
All right.
So I wanted to do it now.
All right.
But yeah, that's Inside. That's Bo Burnham, genius, great, great filmmaker, great comedian, and yeah, just very like special thing.
Yeah.
Put out.
I think it might be, as I've been listening and thinking about some of the commentary that you're giving about the production, there's probably some artists you should look at, just because it's interesting how powerful, filmmaking. There's plenty of people to talk about filmmaking. I think the other side of it is lighting, and that's maybe less easy to talk about. And although, so I think it's interesting how important lighting can be. And when you look at like George Lucas's special effects company, it's called Industrial Light and Magic. So, he understands.
Right.
But there's an artist named James Turrell, Turrell, who is, his whole thing is light. And I went to an exhibit. They had it at the Scottsdale Museum of Modern Art. They had one of his installations. And he also, so he does these things where you'll go into like a white room, but there'll be light in different ways, and it'll look like it's a piece of light, like just a light on a wall, but it's actually indented maybe 3 feet, and it's an alcove. But because of the way the light is, the type of light it is, and everything, it messes with your perception.
Yeah.
And then he also does installation art that is, this one, I guess it's called Rodin Crater. He owns a crater.
Okay.
Yeah. He's done all kinds of light experiments and installations in it, but he just does light. He's the master of light.
Yeah.
But I think it would be interesting. There's videos and ways he set it up, but it is that thought and what that use of light does for your emotions, about how it makes you feel, about what message it, and some of the ways that he lit it that you're talking about just reminded me of where the light's placed, what it does to your perception. Like if he's backlit, then he's more featureless.
Right.
And so and that's how some of these things, you go into a dark room that's backlit from a distance, and you don't realize there's an alcove there. You don't realize there's features in the wall. And that's how it's, And so it seems like just from your description, there's several extra layers of genius because of that, because of all the considerations.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is one of the most important things about this. Like, aside, I don't know, I'd maybe argue even more than the songs of this is the lighting, because it's great. It's very, very intentional.
Yeah. Well, and like you're mentioning, Mike Birbiglia, he's not going to do this.
Yeah. Right.
You'll have a similar feel because of his honesty, but he's not going to do the production. That's not his thing, right?
Right.
He's a personable guy. He's got a great personality. He's cozy. He's not film genius. Like there's a difference, and you need both. You need all of it. You need all of the art. But even if they're both honest people, in raw and honest, they have different approaches, and that's neat to see.
Yeah, it reminds me that guy. There's in Portland here. There's a place called Hopscotch.
Okay.
That is kind of like a permanent art installation, but they have a lot of things like that where it plays with light and reflection. Like you'll go into a room and it's a bunch of like light bulbs. There's like on a string, but there's like, you know, a couple hundred of them, and you can like walk through it and feel the light. And it's like light and sound is kind of how they do it together. There's like a room you can go in where it's like completely red and you get lit all in red.
Yes. Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty fun thing, but it messes with light in that kind of same way.
Nice. Just to let's see, what can we call this? Trying to play catch up or bring up the weird of Tucson so I can compete with Portland.
Yeah.
Yesterday we went down to the Hotel Congress, and I have never been in it very much. So we go in there, and then we were looking for, there's a maker's market that just opened up on Congress. And I was like, oh, it's down the street. And so we walked down a block, and I looked at the address, and it was actually right across the street from Club Congress, or from or Hotel Congress. But we were already at another gallery store that was like Tucson Art Gallery or something. But it's a interesting collective. The guy that owns it, he does Remax real estate, but he also sells, like, he's like, this center aisle is all the stuff that I make money on. The rest of the art around here, we help the artists set up their business, put their stuff up, and they get 100% of the profits.
Oh, wow.
And so it's really a cool place. And then they also do streetcar tours that end at the gift shop. You know?
Yeah.
But so we're doing that, and we're looking at, and they had this little thing, and it said TGWDOC, and it just says that on a shirt, and there's some graphic on it. And Keith and Dane were with us, and they're like, what is TGWD? And the guy that's doing the teller, you know, the clerk, he's like, oh, that means the guy who dances on Congress.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there going, oh, is it Portland Elvis, or is it Naked, you know? And so the guy's explaining. So the guy who dances on Congress, he does hype dancing at different events on Congress in different clubs, and he'll dance for like 4 hours. And he goes, and actually, it's me. So we were talking to the guy who dances on Congress, and he has a little. So I encourage going to watch his stuff. I haven't watched any of it yet, but that's what he does, is he does hype dancing, and so you can follow where he is, and he's a funny little guy that I was like, oh, yay, we have something. We have a Portland. Okay, Tucson's competing.
You've got a weird guy too.
Yeah. I mean, he seems like a kook, and so I'm excited to go watch his videos or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, this is your identity. I'm gonna buy in. I'm gonna take you at face value.
Right.
Try and understand this. But his whole thing is to get people dancing. That's his whole. He just wants people to dance, and he has a little. Let's see if I can find it. There's a sticker. It says,
it's like that. Is it Tommy the Clown?
I don't. Is that what's that one?
He is a. I think it's Tommy the Clown. Let me look it up. But he is a guy from Compton who has these dance groups to help people stay out of gangs and stuff, and dance for good things. And he was in the Not Like Us music video from Kendrick.
Oh, cool. He has a little one of the t-shirts that was in the shop was a like the friendship charms. It's like two halves of a heart.
Oh yeah.
And it says on it, one side says it's okay to be okay. It's okay. So it's just it's okay to be okay. And it's two halves, and it says then love below it, and then it's his dancing guy. And so it's kind of a nice message. And you can buy stickers that's like two halves of that heart where it says it's okay to be okay. And he has another one that says it's okay to be okay. It's okay to not be okay. And just, but it's there's a big positivity to him. So
yeah,
I think it's neat. It's neat. He just wants people to dance. I'm like,
yeah,
you're a cool guy.
That's cool. Yeah, that Tommy the Clown guy, his form of dancing is what developed into crumping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Cool guy.
I'll have to go look up that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good. I there's my update from the Tucson is weird. And Portland is too, so I love it.
That's awesome. But yeah, that's all I have to say. And check it out. It's a good special.
I will. I'll be on my list to watch.
Yeah, I would think watch the Can't Handle This first.
Okay.
Because it's short. It's like 7 minutes.
I do. I have it up. I just ready to watch. I will do that.
Yeah, because that'll set up the enough of the context for what Inside is and what Inside follows.
Gotcha. Good deal. Okay, what do we do for an outro now?
I don't know. I don't have anything I like yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on it this week, and I will come to you with something
some ideas,
something substantial, more than just oinking. That's my first idea. Thanks to everyone watching.
Yep.
Or not listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, and I'll not rip off Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
I just
be excellent too.
Yeah, I'd be excellent to each other, but please do be good to each other and have a wonderful week.
Yeah. Thanks. You too.
All right.
We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Sounds good. See you, Max. Bye.
Bye.